Sitting down and designing, where every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.
Hello, everybody.
What is that?
That was Chad, I guess.
Holy smoke.
Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
I thought Jimmy was having a death rattle.
Bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a fun show for you guys today. Before we get started, let's just say hi to everybody. Chat room, what's up? Hello, chat room. We want to introduce our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I don't think today I'm going to be as funny as I normally am because I'm seriously sad and upset. My sweet friend Tab Hunter has passed away, and I'm taking it pretty bad because I met him in 1959 on my first movie, which was That Kind of Woman, and he's always been special to me because he was the first movie star I ever met in my life, other than my mother's friends who were old people. And I just loved him all these years, and I interviewed him and would see him from time to time. And he's gone at 86 years old. He died Sunday from a blood clot in his leg that went to his heart. We're waiting to hear the funeral arrangements. I hope they're not today because we had to do our show. But if they are tomorrow, I hope to go up to Santa Barbara and pay my respects. Anyway, other than that, I hate the world because of telephones. Cell phones.
Wait, we didn't say hi to everybody
No, I'm
yet.
not going to say hi to anybody.
No.
Must you tell me what to do?
Okay, well, I have
time?
to say hi. We want to
Don't say
welcome
hi to
them.
anybody.
Yes.
These are my few minutes.
No, but it's not your few minutes until after we say hi to everybody. We got to say hi to Chad. What's up, Chad?
I just spoke to Chad.
I know, but nobody else knows that, and nobody else has heard him speak yet.
Hi, Chad. It's been so long. I haven't spoken to you like 4
Yeah, all
minutes.
over.
Ron, you look great. What's going on? You might need a button on that last button down on low there, but doing well, fellas. How's the weather?
I don't feel great because I came home in a different outfit, soaking wet, and I passed out. I was on my way to the dollar store. I wanted to get picture frames to put Tab Hunter's pictures and he and I together, to add to my collection.
Right.
And I started to perspire like crazy when I got out of the car, and I got dizzy. Luckily, it's called Stater Brothers.
I've never been to their Stater Brothers
Whatever
or something like
the
that.
supermarket is, and I went in there to get a quick soda, to cool down, and a chocolate bar for my sugar to, bang up. And they were going to call an ambulance. The woman at the register was very upset. Oh my God, sir, you're soaking wet.
Wow.
I said, well, it's cold out, it's snowing.
What?
Everybody gets soaking wet from snow, don't they? And she just looked at me like I was strange. And then I was fumbling for my card to pay for the soda and the candy bar. And she said, let me help you. So I figured, okay, why not?
We also want to give a shout out. Eileen Shapiro, she's not in the chat room, but she's listening. She just texted me. So hello,
Where
Eileen.
is she? Where are you? If you're not in the chat room, where are you listening from?
Where are they?
What room? Where are you, Eileen? What are you doing while you're listening?
And we want to give a hello to Jimmy McCrary, who's in the chat room, the Aquarius
Jimmy
View.
McCrary,
What's up, everybody? Now you're all buttoned up, and they say you look very cool, even though you're hot.
Well, I had to change. I feel much better. I drive baby with the top down because that's how I get my suntan.
Right.
And because you're constantly driving around in circles and the sun absolutely cooks you. Well, today it rained.
You got cooked.
It rained yesterday
It looks
in
okay.
Palm Springs, which is freaky. It's all because of Kim Novak Jung, that guy in China, Korea.
Ragavan.
Because he's blowing up the oceans with his nuclear testing. And you know as well as I do, if the oceans move differently, the weather changes because the oceans control our weather. Everything that's west goes east. New York had 102 degrees the other week, which is ridiculous. And Palm Springs had rain. It never rains in July here. This is the friggin' Mojave Desert. There's no rain here ever. Maybe in the winter for 2 minutes.
Chad, it was 118 degrees here the other day.
That's amazing.
Well, it made humidity. It almost felt like Florida on a bad day.
Well, it's a desert.
Yeah. So today it's still a little dewy out. The sun hasn't dried everything up yet, which it will by this afternoon. It'll go back to being like, 3 humidity. 3, that's all we get. 3, 8, 10,
That's
12
nice.
is a high humidity.
That's breathable.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's really not that bad.
Well, it was this morning. So I was driving with baby with the top down, and the humidity and the heat must have been 130 because I've never felt it so hot.
I think you were saying you did the same thing last week. Why are you repeating this
I
stuff?
do that every week. I do it every week, and I pass out, and I go into stores. People help me up. It's becoming a habit. I'm going to make it a reality show.
There you go.
Have a camera follow me, watch me faint in everybody's stores, and everybody gets all upset. And they say, "Can we call an ambulance, sir? Are you okay, sir?" You guys say, I'm fine. Let us get you a seat. It's so nice.
Let's try it.
Super.
That's a good
Well,
idea.
I wanted to tell them, here's a list. Go do my shopping.
That's a good one.
Next week, I'm going to do that. I'm going to faint in
Right.
Gelson's, and I'm going to say, here's my list. Could you all just shop for me, please, at the register? I'll pay. I bet you they would.
I bet they would too.
And I could save all my food shopping.
Eileen
Okay.
says she's listening while she's driving back to Fire Island.
Eileen, dearest, say hi to everybody on Fire Island. Where is that Sam person?
I think he's watching the soccer. Today's the finals of the or the semifinals or the finals of some kind of big soccer thing, and England is in it because we're not going to have anybody from England
So he
listening
puts-
to our show
he
today.
put soccer before Eileen.
No, he put soccer before our show.
Oh, well, Eileen's not with him.
Yes, she is.
Oh, she is with him.
I'm telling you, nobody. Unfortunately, everybody, because of the soccer finals, because I got about 70 messages just on Twitter saying, "Sorry, you can't watch the show today because we have to watch the finals of the soccer." It's like the really big event for the country of England that they made it to the finals. So they're not going to be tuning in. Everybody will have to listen to it on the replay.
So I left word at Laney's thing saying that we were going up to see Tab Hunter's funeral. And if she wanted a lift, we'd be happy to pick her up and drive her up to Santa Barbara and then bring her back because we have to go through Los Angeles. Because I know Lainey Kazan really, really cared for Tab. And they were together just a couple of weeks ago receiving an award, and he was so happy, and they were hugging and kissing. So I know that Lainey is very upset about his passing also. So that should be an interesting car ride. It's from L.A., it's about an hour and a half of Lainey Kazan. After an hour and a half of Lainey, you want to kill yourself. Nah, I love her. She's good.
Actually, the whole world's upset that Tab Hunter. I know Claudia was
wish.
showing us how big it is in Germany, how he's such in Germany. She said it was in all the newspapers and it was everywhere.
Well, that's because Tab was German.
Okay.
Of descent. But, I wrote on Facebook that all you movie stars out there, get over yourselves. Because after you die, you're forgotten. Nobody knows you. Nobody remembers you. Nobody cares about you. They only love you when you're alive and on the screen, when you're somebody. But when you're a dead body, you're nobody anymore, and they don't want any part of you. And all the people out there who just hang out with movie stars so they could brag and say, this movie star and that movie star is my friend. Well, when you die, they don't do that anymore because you're dead. And they have nothing more to talk about. They're not going to talk about, well, my dead friend, So just it's for a moment. And being like Tab Hunter, being the greatest star in the 1950s, he was the #1 box office draw in many films and songs that he sang. And knowing him late in years, he wasn't resentful, but he wanted it to go on forever. And, like I said to him, unfortunately, Tab, we lose our looks. We don't stay gorgeous all our lives. We get old. And when we're old, nobody wants you. Nobody wants to pin up on their wall some old goat, wrinkled old bag, right? But when you're gorgeous like he was, I remember the
Like you.
No, please. I remember the first time I saw him was when we went on the set, and it was Tab Hunter's going to do a scene on the railroad station where he yells, "Hey, Kelly, come on." And it was a long shot, and I was behind the ropes because we were not allowed to go and talk to Sophia Loren or Tab Hunter. Extras were never allowed in those days to mingle with the stars. Well, you know me, I don't give a crap. I never listened to laws. By the end of the shoot, Sophia and I were friends, and I was hanging out with Tab Hunter, sitting in George Sanders' chair. I loved Barbara Nichols, who was in the movie. She was a gas, funny broad. Anyway, the first time I saw Tab was that day at lunch. Across the street from the Long Beach Railroad Station was a luncheonette, and they closed it off to the public and only allowed the crew and the cast to go in. Obviously, I snuck in. I was a soldier, so I snuck in because I don't think they were allowing extras to go in to eat. They let you stay on the curb. You sit on the curb with the dog piss and shit, and that's where you eat. Movie people are not good to extras. When I become a superstar in my next life, I'm going to be very good to extras. But anyway, there he was eating, and I walked over to him, and I said, "Mr. Hunter, may I sit here?" And he looked at me, he said, "For crying out loud, can't you see I'm eating?" I said, "Excuse me." Then I said, "F you" to him. I said, "Oh, fuck you," under my breath, and I walked away. That was that. That was my encounter with my gorgeous Tab Hunter. Well, many, 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 many years later, let's speed forward, I had him on my TV show, Set the Record Straight. No, I was with the other company that time, Proud Nation, those dogs. They have that film and they won't release it to me. Anyway, because I didn't own the film or the camera, therefore it belongs to them. And when I quit them to do my own show, they got pissed off. They wouldn't give me Lauren Bacall, they wouldn't give me Lorna Luft, they wouldn't give me Tab Hunter, any of my good interviews. Anyway, when I saw Tab for the first time again after all those years, I said to him, "This is what you did to me in the luncheonette." I said, "Why don't we start the show off with the same thing?" And I did, and he did. Well, it was a wonderful interview. And I said to him, I said, "Listen, let's open your book up to the pictures." I said, "Everybody, cameraman, please bring me in for a close-up of this book." And the camera came in real close. I said, "Tab, do you see what's doing in your bathing suit?" He said, "Oh, my God, Ron." I said, "Don't, oh, my God, me." I said, "This bathing suit is so sheer, we could see what religion you are." And he started to get embarrassed because he's a very, very shy guy. I said to him something else referring to his wang, how big it was, and he got really nervous, and I said, "Listen, shut up. We just sold 5 million copies of your book." Of course, I said to everybody, it's a great masturbation fantasy picture. And Tab was like squirming in his chair because he's so not like that. But anyway, as the years went on, we ran into each other at so many functions and saw each other at various things, like when he got his star in Palm Springs. And we just built a relationship over the years of friends. And he was a gentle, kind, sweet, unpretentious, not a movie star. He was a regular Joe. He was a man. He wasn't like a sissy girl. He was, you'd never know he was gay. He was like talking to a real good friend. Like you could drive cars with him, ride horses with him, and do all the manly stuff that most gay guys don't do. They sit home and make lace doilies and cook.
No, they don't.
You do.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, that's my tribute to my wonderful Tab Hunter. And for those of you who don't know who he is, go on my Facebook page, Ron Russell Show, and there's a lot of pictures of he and I and him alone, and articles that I wrote, little stories about Tony Curtis, Jane Russell, Tab Hunter, and myself one afternoon when we all were together at a function. So, we mustn't forget those that gave us such joy and pleasure. It's sad, the movie with Burt Reynolds is the best movie to see, the movie star.
The last movie
The
star.
last movie star, because it tells it all. So those of you out there who want to be a star and you envy these stars and you wish you were a star, don't. Because the end is so painful when nobody wants you and you're old and ugly and no longer the grand beauty that you were. And you know that the only reason they took you and made movie star out of you was for your looks, not for your ability as an actor. So just be happy who you are at home now with your husband and children or wife, and be normal people, regular people. Go to the movies, enjoy the acting, but say to yourself, I feel sorry for those people.
I don't feel sorry for them.
I do. I feel very sorry. I know enough of them. Jane Russell, when I said to her, "What is it like today being an old woman?"
We got to go, though.
She said, "What do you think?" And she looked at me like sarcastic, like, "What do you think it feels like?" She hated being old and not the great beauty she was. So just don't envy. Sometimes what is it we say? Don't wish for it, it might happen. Well, they wished for stardom and it happened. And in the end, they all were dumped by Hollywood. Hollywood is a creepy joint. They only want you when you're young and hot. The minute you're over 40, goodbye, Jack. All these stars we see today, Charlize, all those people, they're not going to be Betty Davis and Joan Crawford that go on for 30, 40 years. When Charlize, what's her name, Theron? When Charlize Theron loses her great beauty, where's she going to be? She'll be
That
pushing.
might not be true though. 'cause
She'll be
look at-
pushing hamburgers in
But
and
what
out.
about like Maggie Smith and all those people?
Maggie Smith was never a beauty. Maggie Smith was an actress, different.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Betty Davis was never a beauty. She was an actress. I'm talking about like
The hot ones.
my sweetheart, my little girl who grew up in my house, Angelina Jolie, was Angie Voigt. Her beauty is beyond belief, but I don't think she's going to grow into the actor her dad is, you know.
Anyway, so we got to move forward, you guys. First of all, we want to add, hey, Pat Grant's in the chat room from Canada, and Jimmy McCrary's there. We want to welcome Marco. A lot of people going to be tuning in from Italy because we have our second guest today is Silvia Olari, who's a big music star in Italy. And we've never had anybody, I don't think, calling us directly from Italy before, so it might be a first for the show. It should be a lot of fun.
I should brush up on my Italian.
Our first guest today, though, is going to be Doug Terry from American High, and we're going to get him on the line. While we're getting him on the line, we're going to play one of their hit singles called Pretty Baby. You got that, Chad?
I do,
Pretty
Jimbo.
baby.
All right, everybody, so check it
Walking
out. Here's
on
American
my
High's Pretty Baby.
September's raining in my head. What's that thing you always said? I found that photograph of you, the one where you're turning away. December came, I was alone. No one bothered, no one phoned. It doesn't matter anyway. Go on, pretty baby. No, don't try to save me. No, don't let me be with my feet stuck on the ground. Go on, pretty baby. No, don't try to save me. Go on, let me be with my feet stuck on the ground. Remember the day when I saw you? I could tell what you could do. Lift me right up off the ground and take the sickness away. And then it came, that ghost of her. Haunted brains are like a curse. Another night spent in my grave. Go on, pretty baby. No, don't try to save me. No, don't let me be with my feet stuck on the ground. Go on, pretty baby. No, don't try to save me. Go on, let me be with my feet stuck on the ground. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
All right, Jimbo, there you go.
Hey, Chad.
we
Hi,
unfroze.
Captain.
I think we lost him.
Oh,
Chad said we have bad reception.
Not-
Hey, everybody.
no, not
So
you.
while Chad's recalling him up, we want to also welcome Goddess is now in the chat room. What's up, Goddess? And we want to say hi to Goddess. And I don't know why we have bad reception. I did it with him earlier, and it seemed really good.
oh, that
We
sounds
have
weird.
wonderful.
I did a test with him before. We have 4 bars.
You're blaming it on us, but it's WY4C that has.
I'm not
poor
blaming it
reception.
on you. I'm saying
It-
you have a fine reception.
It's Dean's fault.
Uh-oh.
No, he's
Because-
saying it's Doug's. He's saying
Yeah.
it's his reception.
No,
that's
it's
bad.
Dean's fault because Dean took the Wi-Fi home and he forgot to bring it back.
You going to try and call him again, Chad?
I am
How
calling
is
him
Dean?
again.
Just say hi to Dean for me. I never hear
He's
from
in the
that
other
guy.
room. Yell it out real loud. I'll turn you up.
Hey, Dean, how you doing? Give us back the Wi-Fi.
He just rolled his eyes.
That's good.
He
though.
loves me. Are you kidding?
He does love you. We all love
I'm
you, Ron.
funny. He told me I was funnier than Howard Stern.
What? That did not come out of Dean's mouth, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I lie a lot. I lie a lot.
No, you always tell the truth, I thought you said.
So Goddess is sending you kisses.
Goddess, kisses back to you. Now, you never told me about the wedding. You called it off. No more marriage. You know, you can't do that to me.
What? She called it
Not
off?
you.
Goddess, not you. Goddess, Chad, Goddess was getting married
Yeah.
to the boyfriend that she was engaged to for like 63 years,
Right.
okay? They in another life they met and they're waiting to get married. Now she said the wedding is off. And she
E-break.
never told me why the wedding is off. Is the engagement off? Is the guy gone with the wind, or did you find another one?
Goddess, let us in.
And I mean, they're so unpredictable. You're marrying me one day, the next day you're throwing me out the window.
Chad, he said that his PC is restarting. It'll be a second.
Okay.
He says, I hate when my computers do stuff without my input. And by the way, tell Ron I'm naked from the waist down.
That's why I couldn't adjust the
That's
camera.
interesting. That's
I met his wife earlier today, too, when we did a test, and she was gorgeous.
All right.
well.
It's probably his computer restarted. Mine does that
Yeah.
all the time, and I hate that.
Tell him I'll take off my pants and be from the waist down, and we'll have a contest.
No, we won't.
Who wants
We'll
to
see.
engineer the show?
We'll see who has the bigger Johnson. Right, Chandler? How you doing, baby? How's the wedding going? I mean, the marriage going good?
It's going good. Not too bad. Can't complain. Keep your pants on, though, Ron. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, she's a good. Right,
He
she's,
said, keep your pants on. Everything will be all right.
she's a good wife.
She is a good wife. She has a great heart, good soul, great cook, good friend,
And
love
she's
her.
very pretty, also. She's a, you know, she's a cute-looking girl.
Her eyes.
Great looking face. You don't think?
I love her
She's
eyes.
beautiful. You don't think she's beautiful?
I do. I get lost in her eyes. Tell her all the time she's pretty and cute
You
and
get lost
lovely.
in her eyes. Everybody in the chat room.
That was the greatest
Could you
line
have
ever.
an orgasm?
What?
The girls are having an orgasm in the chat room from
Are
that. He gets lost in. Did he say in her eyes or between her thighs?
No,
I
in her
wasn't sure.
eyes.
Oh, in her eyes. I
It
thought
probably
he said between her
translated to thighs once I spoke it into your ears, though. Your little translator that you got in there.
Well, you know, it sounded like I get lost in her eyes or I get lost between her thighs. I mean, one could easily misunderstand.
Sure. And what's really the difference?
When one is 130 years old.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Chad, you made me laugh. I'm
Oh,
so
good.
happy. I haven't laughed in 24 hours. You know, I'm sick over Tab's death.
Yeah.
You heard, Leah?
Sorry
Such
about
a
that.
sweet, such an angel.
Yeah,
He
I
was
know
the-
you were connected with him.
Everybody in the chat room's loving it.
And you know, you're going to like this, Chad, because at the end of his life, he found Jesus and he went to Catholic church and he became very religious at the end of his life. And he said that the church helped him through so much of whatever problems that he had at the later years of his life. So I'm imagining the funeral is going to be a big church. The church is beautiful. I won't say what the church is because we don't want people, but the church is magnificent. Oh my God, is it gorgeous? It looks like a Spanish cathedral. It's just beautiful, very, very Spanish colonial. And that was Tab's church. In fact, my daughter Leslie wanted to get married there.
Hang on. Go ahead. Chad, he says he's waiting for the call. Call him back.
Roger that, will do.
And also, everybody, we watched Tab Hunter Confidential last night. If you guys want to see about Tab Hunter's
Yes.
life, you can watch it. It's on Netflix. So if you're a member of Netflix, it's free, and you can watch it again. It's called Tab Hunter Confidential. It came out in 2015. Very, very interesting
And you'll get to
documentary.
know the fellow that I love so much.
Yeah, you'll dig it. All right. Now put your head down again a little bit.
Camera.
Yep. Lower the camera
Lower the camera a little bit.
Lower, baby.
all the way down to your crotch. We wanna see
Lower.
I
Not
got
too
news for
low.
you.
We
Know the
heard you were
ratings
naked.
will go-
Right.
Well, we'll get great ratings, especially in the gay community.
You know how to get me.
All right, everybody. So now we can hear him. So now that we know we can hear him, we'll do our intro. So, everybody.
So here he is,
No,
the
no,
one
no.
and only.
Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
I do it better,
The
Fruitness.
Okay, please don't do that.
Take two.
Fruitness.
No. All
I
right,
do it
take
better,
two.
Sissy girl, queen, bottom
Take
bitch.
two. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented Doug Terry from American High. Hello and welcome back. I think this is the third time we've had you on, so welcome back.
Right now,
Thank
you
you.
have to pay. Now you have to start paying us.
VIP.
Now listen
Thank you
up.
so much.
I asked you off camera. I want to know, how is your music doing? Are you making money? Are you selling? Nobody's.
He doesn't make money because he donates all the money to a food bank that his music makes.
Oh, you're
Wow.
too wonderful. He's too great.
We should tell people that. First of all, you guys, just to
I
recap,
love him the more
to
now.
recap, anybody who's who hasn't watched seen any of the shows that Doug was on before, the name of the band is American High, and
I remember now.
they came on promoting their first
Yes.
album, Bones in the Attic, Flowers in the Basement, which was a great
I
album.
love that.
The song that we played
It's
just
in
a
my
minute.
car.
The song we played a minute ago, "Pretty Baby," was actually from that album. He has a new song out now, and American High donates all the proceeds from any money that they make off the album.
God bless
to
you and your family. God bless
tell us where do
all
you
of you.
donate? Tell us where you donate the movie.
It's the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
You're terrific.
It's the coolest thing ever.
I really have to. I would stand up if I wouldn't faint because I was out in the heat. But I would give you a standing ovation now. And of course, I'd be at a camera range, so I can't do it.
No, it's.
So I'm giving you a standing ovation now. See, I'm standing, make believe.
Cool.
Now, everyone out there, please buy his music now. Not only will you enjoy it, but you will enjoy the fact that the money you purchased, the big deal, 99 cents, goes to feed people. I love that. I feed the world, Joe.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's all the good vibes that I get for donating the money will be canceled out with my next sentence, and that is that I only do we only did this as an artistic sort of endeavor. It wasn't it wasn't for the money. It wasn't for anything else. It was just because we wanted to make songs and we wanted to make good music. And
Which is terrific.
But you helped people in the interim, so I mean that's wonderful. I feed everybody. All my guests, I have them to my house and I cook for them. I love to feed people. If I were super rich, I'd feed the world.
When do I come over, Ron?
Hang on.
Whenever
I'm
you're
hungry.
whenever you're in Palm Springs, call us. The pasta goes up. We sit. We have wine. We bullshit. We eat pasta. There's always a celebrity here. There's always some big wig that you can get impressed by when they carry on how wonderful.
So
they are.
Goddess is making all kinds of comments. Number one, she said those drawings on the back wall were drawn by your daughter, and she remembers that from the last time.
What drawings?
Yeah.
See the drawings back there?
Oh, his wall.
daughter.
I thought you meant my
That's
daughter.
right. Yeah, my 7-year-old girl, Ivy.
And they have a dog named Belle, which I met earlier. And she said she loves your Fender T-shirt, and she wants to know if I fell and hit my head. And yes, I did. Yesterday, I hit my head with the cabinet. And it's all bloody.
He ran into the bat I was swinging at him.
Yeah, right.
Most likely.
No, it was funny because I'm cooking in the kitchen. He loves spaghetti and meatballs because he has to have meatballs. So I was telling him wait a minute, my balls are not cooked yet, and he laughed and he hit his head on the cabinet, opening the cabinet.
I can't even believe it. It was bleeding and a big bump, and I had a headache all night.
So
I'm so sorry.
But what's worse is that people can tell that I have like a thing on my head.
And after he hit his head, I said, "See what my balls do to you? Look."
Iron balls.
Jimmy, you just go on with your big, bad, contusion self. You just don't even try to hide it. Just
No, but I said to him, "Can I kiss the boo-boo?" He said, "No, you'll get blood all over." Well, there was no blood, but I made believe. I said, "Oh,
There was
yeah,
blood.
Jimmy, there was no blood. It was a bruise." So I got paper and I blotted it, and I said, "Oh, my little baby."
There was blood.
"Oh, my baby's got a boo-boo," and he said, "Yes, I do." Like a
I
little
believe you,
child.
Jimmy.
No, there was blood. Not tons of blood, but there was blood.
I believe you.
The blood was like a pigeon having a period, not even.
How do you know pigeons don't have big periods?
Imagine the tampon.
They might have
Because,
a huge menstrual flow.
I'm from New York City, and the pigeons sometimes would drop blood on you as well as cocky.
Anyway, thank you, Goddess. So anyway, everybody says kisses to make it
Thank
better.
you, Goddess.
So anyway, you guys, so this is American
Oh, by the
High's
way,
Doug
watch
Terry.
out. Goddess pays compliments. She'll wreck your marriage after you. Be careful. Watch.
Actually, his
Awesome.
wife is gorgeous. I met her earlier.
I know,
She's
but
absolutely
do you
gorgeous.
think that Goddess is bothered by a gorgeous wife? She'll go after him all the more. Are you kidding? Goddess is...
She's in Florida and he's in Sacramento.
There's a thing called an airplane. Goddess is an enchantress. She practices witchcraft. She will do magic spells on you where you will just float out of that chair, go through the air, and wind up in her bed.
Wow.
She will tell you what to do. And you best do it right or she whips you.
And B. Claudia has just joined us from Germany in the chat room, Sue. So actually, say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everybody in the chat room. Hello, Claudia.
And we also got to have you say hi to Chad. He's the man behind
Chad.
the board.
How you doing, my man?
Doing well. Welcome back to the show, like a VIP.
Thank you, sir.
And for Claudia, thank you so much, Claudia, for
B. Claudia.
Be Claudia. Claudia is not. What's the B for? What's the B for?
Because that's her actual name. Is
Yeah,
Vine.
but Claudia to me, I like to get personal. I call you Jim. I don't call you Jimmy.
No, you would have called them. That would be like calling her Stuart. That's her last name.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I call a lot of people by their last names.
Okay.
Well, what do you think Tony Curtis called Jane and I? The Russell twins. I mean.
There you go. Anyway,
on
thank you, B. He's saying thank you to you.
Thank you, B, for all the wonderful things you wrote about Tab.
There you go. All right, everybody. So now we've got Doug Terry. He's got this great album. Hopefully you guys can still download it. It's available worldwide. It's called Bones in the Attic, Flowers in the Basement. And he's not making any money for himself or his wife or his daughter. And look at all his guitars and equipment.
It's better than that, Jimmy. It's better than that. We get to feed people. And also...
I love that. Say that over again. I love it. You get
the organization. It's the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services. They also do training in... they teach people English that are coming from other places where they don't typically do so, and job skills, and get families back together. Kind of the opposite of the Casa... What is it? Casa Padre idea. They're putting families together rather than tearing them apart, you know?
You gotta love it. So now you guys have a brand new song. It's called Shea Calvo, and Shea Calvo is kind of a political song, and the video just came out. We're gonna play it for everybody in a little while, and you guys have kind of like a you have a like help the world, draw attention to things that you think are misjustice in the world type vibe with a lot of your songs. And so I want you to explain to everybody, because I didn't even tell Ron what Shea Calvo was about, because the video is starting to do really well. It's got like 8,000 views, and
I'm not political. All I have to say is it's a shame that this country has a leader that does not care for his people, and he does not feed his people. And living in Palm Springs with all the homeless people I see lying on the sidewalks in 114 degrees of heat, and nobody cares. These are human beings. These people were somebody's baby once. These guys were children once in school.
Wait till you hear this one.
That you could have played with. I think America is disgraceful, and I think it better wake up and realize that there's more to America than marrying a model with big tits and being a big shot with the Mussolini face on television.
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by America.
He doesn't look like Hitler. He looks like Mussolini.
You let him talk.
No, I had to finish my sentence.
Okay.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Stop interrupting.
Sorry, Ron. I would go you one better. It's not, doesn't care about his people. There's no such thing as his people. It's just people, man.
Well, no, you know what? When you become the president, he's referred to as the father of our country. Therefore, if he's the father of our country, we're his children.
I understand.
We are people. We are the people that he governs. We are the people that he oversees. We are the people that he will kill one day with the nuclear bomb because he's a crazy bastard. So you see, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to think that people are just born on this planet, and we're all just people, and any arbitrary lines that they draw between people are just that, arbitrary, like borders or, you know,
borders are for reasons, okay?
Okay.
Hang on.
I can agree with borders, but not this way. Not this way. If I go to Italy, I can have it.
He's saying though, people are the people. Doesn't matter what side of the border they're on. It's
no,
all
of course
people.
not. I agree. Of course they're people.
So the starving person you were talking about, Ron, that hungry person that's in Florida, you said in Palm Springs or whatever.
On the gutter, on the street.
Right. They have people like that in Mexico. They have people like that in Canada. They have people like that all over the planet. And I would submit to you that you and I both agree that every single one of those people is worth something, and every one of those people is worth helping.
Yes, but the sad part is 80% of the people lying on the sidewalk here are from Latin America, either from Nicaragua, Mexico, somewhere. They came here to get work. They came here for the American dream. They came here to eat food because they were running away from a country that was governed by dope dealers, okay? And what did they find here? Nothing but a crazy man who wants to take their family away. So these men that are laying on the sidewalks in 114-degree heat are not bums.
No.
They're people who cross the border illegally to find a better way of life. My father jumped ship in 1922. Got to get away from his mother. He hated her. So my father worked on a ship, an ocean liner that went from Italy to America. When my father got to America, he never went back on the ship. My last name is abbreviated because my father cut it down so they couldn't find him.
That
My-
is awesome.
Well, my father became a citizen years later. Of course, he married my mother, who was an American, but my dad was a great American.
You're an
father,
anchor baby. Sorry, go ahead.
well, yeah, my father was more of an American than most Americans in our neighborhood.
So hang on though, because I get all this and this is great, but I want to come to the story of Shea Calvo because this is an interesting story that nobody's gonna have any idea about this because I had never heard of it before. I know Ron's never heard of it
Well, if
before.
it's going to be shaking me up, I can't take it.
It's not
today.
shaking you up.
I'll go fucking nuts today.
So-
No.
I'm in the mood.
No, so Shea Calvo is all about something called no-knock warrants, and nobody knows what the hell they are. Tell us a little bit about Shea Calvo.
Yeah, we don't know what they are because they're relatively new. These are, remember when we were kids? Open up, it's the police. Remember that?
Sure.
Yep.
That's gone.
It's just
There's
a
no
boom
such
now.
thing as that anymore. Now it's
Boom.
the door comes flying open, a grenade gets thrown in, there's an explosion, and they come
Smoke.
in, guns blazing.
I'd
They
like
threw-
to see them do that in Brooklyn.
Well, I'd like to see them do that in Texas or in,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
let those cops go to an Italian neighborhood in
Well-
Brooklyn and do that. They'll be shot and blown away. They'll know what the fuck hit them.
It's not about us against the cops. It's us and the cops, all of us, trying to figure out what's the best way to set up a society. Should we have cops kicking down doors dressed like army personnel, shooting, killing pets, killing people, when there was no violence to begin with? There was a house, it was quiet, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and now there's violence. Do we need to introduce violence where there is none? Is it moral to do so?
Well, I would think that, being around I've been alive a long time. Usually when they battered down the door, or like on Beechwood Drive years ago in Hollywood, there were drugs there because I know the people that were dealing, and they were
Usually.
on Beechwood Drive and they were dealing drugs. So
Yeah.
the cops thought that by breaking the door down and arresting them, that drugs would go away and it would be a perfectly lovely neighborhood. But as they took the drug dealers away, the next ones came in the back door and lived there too.
Of course.
So it was a losing battle.
No,
Of
hang on
course.
though. Hang
I
on.
was
hang on.
wait. I was a
Go ahead.
hippie. I was a hippie, or thought I was like a GQ hippie actually. And they thought that we were animals, and they would beat us in crowds if you were walking like with guys that were really way out with feathers like Indians and stuff. The cops would stop for no reason and assault you and insult you and tell you, get the fuck out of here, go back to where you came from. We don't need your kind of shit in Hollywood. And they were just disgusting human beings. You have no right to do that because
No.
that's called bullying or harassing.
Well, I mean, it's immoral to commit violence on non-violent people. Let's put
Yeah,
it
well,
that way.
cops have that power. Like doctors. Doctors think, you can't tell a doctor anything. They know it all. They think they're God. Well, these cops think they're the
Go on.
cops.
He doesn't know.
The cops think they're God too.
Yeah, I think when you give any group of people machine guns and full body armor and a tank and tell them, hey, go over there and kick down that door and go do something, you're going to find people in any crowd of people any population that are willing to do so, that are happy to do so. They like pushing people around. There's bullies amongst us.
It's not all bad because my feelings are, and I've traveled the world quite a lot, we still are the most civilized sometimes. And really, we live the best. Not really.
Okay, hold on.
It was that way 30 years ago.
My turn to talk. 'cause-
Wait, let me conclude. 30 years ago and 40 years ago, we were the best country in the world. No longer.
Yeah.
So here's what I was trying to get to, the story of Shea Calvo, because nobody knows what it is and we still haven't told it. So
Okay.
this is off of an interview that you actually did about what this song is about in Louder Than War, which is the 41st biggest music magazine in the world, and this is what it is. This is like the story of Shea Calvo, everybody. So listen up, because this is going to blow you away, and then when you watch this video, you're going to understand this video significantly more. In July of 2008 in Maryland, USA, a man named Shea Calvo returned to his suburban home after having walked one of his dogs. Inside, he found a scene of absolute horror. Over a dozen highly armed and violent intruders had broken into his house. His mother was bound and lying face down on the kitchen floor in tears. Then Mr. Calvo heard the terrifying screams of his wife. She, too, had been bound and forced face down on the floor. Then the Calvo family watched in horror as their two beloved dogs were shot and killed. One was shot in the back as he ran away. The intruders spent the next 4 hours systematically destroying the home. They destroyed furniture, broke cabinets, tracked the blood of the pets throughout the entire house. When the ordeal was over, the assailants simply left. They didn't even have the common decency to apologize. The violent intruders were not street gang members. They were not foreign military invaders. They were not illegal aliens. The intruders were police officers. County police conducted a no-knock search warrant on Mr. Calvo's home that day after a package of marijuana was randomly mailed to his address by drug smugglers. The smugglers picked the homes of unsuspecting citizens and delivered drugs to their front porches, apparently to be picked up later before anyone noticed. This time, police noticed and busted into Mr. Calvo's home looking for evidence. They found none. That was because Mr. Calvo was not involved in drugs or in the drug trade at all. Shay Calvo was the mayor of the town.
He was the
And
mayor?
then he continues to give many examples of where this has happened all over the country, where they go in thinking that they're trying to stop something that they never are actually trying to stop, and people are getting killed from these incidences of these no-knock warrants that have recently been made legal by the government.
Yeah, like you said, Ron, try to do that in Brooklyn, right? Police are dying
Well,
too.
I have news for you. If a cop shot my dog, my little honey bunch, my little brandy star, I would probably be dead because I would attack the cop.
Yeah, you would be dead
I would
because
ki-
there's 15
I
of them
wanna-
with
I
machine
would
guns
wanna
standing
kill-
around.
I would
Exactly.
want to kill that cop. If anybody ever hurt my animals or my daughters or
See,
Jimmy.
so that's a perfect example, Ron. Everyone is against no-knocks when they themselves are the victim of no-knock warrant. Someone kicks down your door and comes in guns blazing. If it's a bad guy and I kill him, I'm a hero. If it's a cop and I kill him, I go to prison forever or death penalty. But I have no way of knowing who's coming through the door. It's unfair. Shy Calvo was the mayor of the
Oh,
town.
my bad. My bad. It's Shy Calvo. I'm an idiot.
No.
Never
It's, I
pronounced
pronounce
anybody
it that way.
right.
No, the song is pronounced Shy Calvo. Mr. Calvo is a white. He was a white, still is, I suppose, upper middle class guy, and he was the mayor of the town. So if 15 army men, for all intents and purposes, can kick down his door, come in, kill his dogs, and walk out with high fives and never even apologize, then that means it can happen to anybody, especially the poor, like you were talking about earlier, Ron. Those people that are on the streets.
I hope the mayor sued the city and the state that he lives in, and he got millions and millions of dollars.
No, you can't.
And then he could pay. Then he could pay a hitman to go and kill those cops.
Let's say that he got $1 million. That doesn't help the rest of us. It's not about Shay Calvo. It's about, do we want cops kicking down citizens' doors, guns blazing? Yes or no? Because what's the upside? The upside is it's necessary in the war on drugs. What's the downside? Downside is cops are dying, citizens are dying, pets are dying. They get the wrong house all the time. They get the wrong tip. You know, the snitch tells them that it's this house, and really it's just making it up. And they go in the wrong house, and it happens all the time. 100 no-knock search warrants per day are served in this country.
Well, do you think the president's aware of this?
I don't know that he's aware. I don't know what he's aware of. He's obviously not aware of the fact that it's immoral to steal children from their families just because the family is crossing some imaginary line drawn in the sand, and you're going to kidnap their kids and put them in a concentration camp.
What I'm told is that Obama did it, and the other one, Bush, did it.
Okay.
So it's not like he's the only one that did it. So they're all beasts. They're all horrible presidents. Every friggin' one of them. Anyone who does this to a child is a horrible human being. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you remember, if you ever saw that Tarantino movie, Inglourious Bastards, where they carved the Nazi symbol in their forehead, just so that nobody will ever mistake who they are later in life. I think that the president and everybody responsible should step forward and volunteer to have I put children in a concentration camp tattooed on their forehead if they believe in it so much. If Obama did it and everybody else did it, they should have
Here's what I would do. I would educate all the Latin American countries, and I would tell them, do not come to America and expect what you've been told. You will not be treated well. So do not come here. It's not
Whitey.
going to be. It's not going to be the city of gold where you're going to get money and drive a beautiful Mercedes and you're going to have a Rolex watch and live in Beverly Hills. Get over that. You're going to come here. You're going to be poor. You're going to starve. Your children will be taken away. What family wants that? I'd rather live in Nicaragua up in the mountains with the gorillas than come here and be abused by the American people. Americans don't like these Hispanics. Texas, they hate them. Arizona, they hate them. Why do they hate them? Because they said we have had to deal with them for 30, 40 years. New York City didn't. They had Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans. That's what they had to deal with. But I'm a New Yorker. We were raised to be diversified. I went to school with every nationality, every religion, every race. I'm not a prejudiced man because of it. But if you come from Alabama or Georgia, you don't even like a New Yorker. Italians down there are not liked.
Hang on, though. I want to go back, though, because
wait a second.
But we're off the topic of Shea Calvo.
No, we're on that topic. It's a roundabout. American, no, it's the. I don't blame the president completely. I blame most Americans. The American people like white, blue-eyed, Protestant, clean-living people who go to church every minute.
There's no such thing as that.
No, wait. What are you talking about? We lived in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. I just
that's
described
true.
it.
That's
they hated
true.
gay people there.
That's why we moved.
Serious? That's why we got out of there. It was like living in a Nazi concentration camp, a beautiful one.
Right.
But American people have got to learn that they were once an immigrant. Nobody here that's white, yellow, or brown was born here before the Indians. So the Indians technically are the true Americans, okay?
Mm.
Everyone else migrated from a different country.
True.
And everyone had a hard time. My father was called Guinea, Dago, Greason, Ginzo. They called my father all kinds of names because he came from Italy, all right?
Gotcha.
So, and then the Germans were called Nazis and Krauts. Then the Jews were called Kikes and Hebes. Then the Irish were called, what were the Irish called? I forgot what they called them. Something derogatory.
Mick.
A Mick.
Good job.
So everyone that's migrated here has gone through the same thing that the Hispanics are going through. We just didn't have the media to cover it. So it was easily covered up. But if you came from Hell's Kitchen, 9th Avenue, where my parents came from, every block had a different nationality, and there'd be gang wars. Irish fighting the Italians, the Jews fighting. It was a mess. No one reported it because we didn't have Twitter, and we didn't have that screwball in Washington.
Yeah, you know, Ron, you said it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Jim.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
You said it, Ron.
That's the truth. So if American people all got together, wait a second, I'll be done in a minute, and you can have the whole fucking show. If American people would only stop and say, listen, instead of hating and doing bad, let's help and be good, and let's educate these people. They say, oh, the Mexicans come here, they're dirty, they dress like shit, they wear orange, blue, green colors, they only speak like, well, what do you think Greek and Italian sounds like to an Irishman? You know,
Gotcha.
Stop that crap. Stop that insulting the minority person that comes here. Educate. Look at the black man. The black man came here as a slave. And today, my darling, let me tell you, we go to so many black functions. And Whitey, you should only dress as good as the black people do. Black guys dress outrageous.
Okay.
I look at them and I feel like I dress like shit.
Anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say? I want to hear what your thought on this, because I also want to know how you, because I get all these other things that we're talking about now. Everybody already knows about them, but this no-knock thing, this is something nobody knows about and that we're trying to draw attention to, because nobody knows about this. If you're not,
I know, but Jimmy, you're blowing smoke up a chimney. It's
No, I'm not.
Oh yes, who's going to care? Do you think it only care when it happens to you? They'll hear this.
Well,
that
was his whole point that he said when he started.
Well, that's what I'm agreeing with. You're wasting time. You're blowing smoke up.
No, we're not. We're going to
I
make this
disagree.
video. We're going to make this song be a big hit, and it's going to take notice to everybody.
If they get what he's singing about.
No, you got to watch the video. The video shows what he's singing about.
Well, yes.
Ron, let me ask you a question. So, prohibition, alcohol prohibition.
Yes.
What you and I agree, right? That it caused some very negative things, and because of that, America decided to undo it and reverse themselves, right? And get rid of prohibition. Is that right? So 13 years of alcohol being illegal led to nothing but the rise of the mafia, which is armed criminal gangs, the filling of our prisons full of nonviolent alcohol offenders, the corruption of the cops, right? All the cops are on the take all over the country.
Sure.
Well, I'm telling you that prohibition, it doesn't matter what you're prohibiting. Prohibition's the same. We got the same results. It was one of the most important social experiments of all time, was alcohol prohibition in the United States. And we've learned nothing. Now all drugs are illegal, and we have the same thing. We have armed illegal criminal gangs. We have the corruption of the Mexican police force for sure, and politicians as well as American. And we have our prisons full of nonviolent drug offenders. And by the way, the most important point was nobody stopped drinking. And guess what? Nobody is stopping smoking crack or shooting heroin or doing whatever drug you want to do. More people smoke marijuana today than the day it was made illegal. And, so the point is that these prohibition laws don't work. They don't work. We know that from history. We know that now. It's just that now somebody's figured out how to make a buck on it.
Control.
That's why there's
you have to keep in mind, my father drove hooch, and he was stopped by the cops one time on Long Island because they said the car that he was driving was too low to the ground. And that's how the cop knew that the trunk in the back seat was full of hooch. That hooch is, by the way, is bootleg booze. And he was bringing it out to Long Island where they had a big warehouse that they keep it, and then they distribute the hooch. Yeah. Everybody made a ton of money. And that's what it was. It was a money deal. It wasn't they gave a shit about people drinking. They made money. The mafia was making it hand over fist. The Irish mafia, the Italian mafia, the Jewish mafia, every mafia there was making money hand over fist. And the great kickbacks, where did it go? To Washington.
Yeah, and the cops.
To the cops, to the presidents, to the senators,
same
to the
thing happening
congressmen.
now.
We got the exact same thing today.
I know that, but that's going to be history repeating itself until the world explodes.
Well,
There's always somebody making a buck out of somebody else. Mm-hmm. It's
Look,
the way it goes.
When you are making a song and you want to make it worth something or mean something, and you're just reading stuff and you happen upon this no-knock thing. Supposedly no-knock search warrants are necessary in the war on drugs. And our point is, if that is the case, that in and of itself is the good enough reason to reverse all drug laws and make all drugs legal. Because cops kicking down doors and coming in guns blazing and killing people is immoral and wrong on a whole different level than anybody else doing it. The government agents kicking down doors and killing people is worse than a gang or anybody else doing it.
Yep.
And
you know what their excuse? You know what their excuse will be? Well, how will we know unless we go in and investigate?
Yeah.
That's
well, guess what? You don't get to know. So I would. They don't get to know.
You're not making money on marijuana anymore. So all the dope pushers that are pushing marijuana, weed, bringing it in from all the other countries, they could blow it out their ass now because it's all free, baby. It's all free. So the pushers now they have to go to other things. So they're pushing chemicals, pills they're making by the millions out of the country that are killing people.
Right.
They think they're taking a certain pill, like what's the pill that everybody's on?
Oxycontin.
Oxycontin, right. You know how much illegal shit Oxycontin's coming in?
Lots of people die. Yeah, You're right.
Well, I know of one person who bled to death through the rectum.
What?
Because of the chemical. It ate away some part of the intestine, and they bled to death through the rectum.
Hang on, too, though, you guys, because I don't want to run out of time, and I want to make sure we play this song for everybody.
No, we will.
In the video, so
I just want to say one more thing. I hope your song does well, because Lily Nicole McLeod, who I love and adore, a dear friend of mine, has the most wonderful song in the world called What About the Beautiful Children? And we tried to give it to Michelle Obama for her to use because of the children at the time. And I said to Lily, your song now would be so perfect for the children in cages. And nobody wants it. How do you like that? But if she was singing, my legs are open, my pussy's ready, come on, baby, eat my spaghetti,
that's a seller.
They would buy it by the middle.
Right.
They would buy it by the zillions.
So real quick, Eileen told me to tell you hi because she's texting me. She's listening.
Hi, Eileen.
I wish you all the luck in the world. You're a terrific guy in every way. I can't find one thing wrong with you except you have your pants on and you promise to be naked. That sucks.
Lord, help us.
No, I don't. Just joking.
So everybody, first of all, let me tell you guys, Shake Havo, it's on all the digital download sites to be bought. We're pushing it to radio. The video just came out about a week ago. We're actually, if you guys see us tweeting about it, please retweet all our tweets because we're tweeting it to the president and all kinds of people. We're sending it to people directly.
To the president.
We want everybody to actually see this video and what's going on with it. So,
Yeah,
so
Trump,
Chad,
Trump is just going to listen to this song.
Hey, you never
You're
know.
tweeting the president? Really?
Please,
Good for
give
you.
me a break. Trump's going to listen.
Never
to this
know.
Maybe
song.
his people will, though.
He hasn't got any people.
There
That's true.
are good-hearted people in every party, and there are bad people in every party. And the good-hearted people all agree on the same things. You know, we love our kids. We think poor people should be fed, and we think shooting innocent people is wrong. And those are the people that we're aiming the song at. Yeah,
Absolutely. So, Chad, you got the song ready, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, you introduce it for us then, Doug, and we're going to play the video for everybody.
Well, this is Shake Alvo, and it's the new single by American High, and I hope that after this conversation, everybody enjoys the video very much.
Prohibition ushered in a period of violence. Gang wars and Tommy guns were the byword of the day. Speakeasies sprang up all over the land, and the police had to seek them out. Now, here they follow a tip. The plans are made for a raid. The question is it a real tip or a phony? They'll soon find out.
Shake Alvo, what he did wrong? He did nothing wrong. Kicking store in guns blazing. Shake Alvo, you're not the only one to pay in the cost. What did you do me? What if you could show? Na 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 no na. One day to the left, one day to the right. Something's wrong. This is worse than what you're prohibiting. For sake of all, did you have to leave the blood on its floor? Come on, what if you knew me? What if you could show? Na 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 no na. Na 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 no na. I guess I don't care what my neighbor's smoking. If you do, do you care enough to put lives on the line? Well, that's a real crime. December 2013, Somerville, Texas, not guilty. All you gotta do is look around. Pretty soon you'll be in your hometown. Soldier to my left, soldier to my right. I can tell my whole life long. Army men apart from the law. The policemen come, the army men come. They all look the same. What if you knew me? What if you could show? Na 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 no na. Na 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 no na. Na 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 no na. Na 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 no na.
All right, Jimbo, there you go.
All right, everybody, so that's Shake Havo by American High, available on all digital download sites. You can also go to AmericanHighBand.com or follow American High on Twitter at American High with the number 1 after it. So it's at American High with the number 1. And please go on YouTube, Google American High Shake Havo, watch the video. We need to get the video views up. Subscribe to the channel and share the video because we want everybody to find out about this no-knock
And
warrant.
those of you on Facebook, bring this to light. Write about it. Make comments about it on Facebook. Facebook is seen by millions of people. Every single media machine. My machine.
Yeah,
called?
machine is okay.
Machine. I don't know what the hell. I didn't even know how to run them.
All right. That's
every
probably accurate.
Any way that you can get it out to the public, get it out. Have a voice. Say, we don't want this. We're not going to allow this. We're an American people, and we don't want to be abused by the police.
And this is not
We
right.
want to be protected by the police. After all, we do pay their salaries. But never say that to a cop because they'll give you a ticket and beat the shit out of you.
Thanks, Ron.
No,
You
cops
gotta
like
let
that.
go of it.
They don't
No,
like
I've said that to cops when I got a ticket and they were nasty. I said to one cop, listen, do I get the lecture or the ticket? Because if you're going to give me the ticket, lose the lecture. And he said, step out of the car, step out of the car. He was going to arrest me. Another time I did get arrested because I had sunglasses on and they were wild. And he said, oh, you and your faggy sunglasses, get out of the car. That was in Florida. And I was arrested. You know, they brought me down. They fingerprinted me, everything. Of course, I had a fight with the cop. And I told him, you know, who the fuck are you to tell me my faggy glasses? That's whatever. You know, I was being a big shot. And he arrested me.
This is a long time ago, not
when
recently.
I lived in Florida many years ago.
Same kind of things going on now, I'm sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Me and my faggy sunglasses. Could you imagine the abuse? And I was driving a beautiful Mercedes convertible with, you know, looking wealthy because I lived in Boca. Excuse me.
I think people should realize that when you're wearing a government state outfit and you have a gun, you're not operating for yourself. You're operating for the greater good, and you're operating as an agent of the people. So, you know, for the police and the people to be, head to head like this on issues like the no-knock warrants is unacceptable. You know, that's not the way you should set up a society.
No, police have to realize that we pay their salary. We hire them to protect us, period. There's no such thing that the government pays for them. We give the government money that they in turn give these cops to protect us, period.
I would submit to you that we don't give the government money, they take it. That's like saying you make love to your rapist. You know, I mean, it's a contradiction in terms. We don't give the government money, they take it. And guess what? If you don't give it over, guess what? A guy with a gun will eventually knock on your door to come to get your shit.
Depends on the rapist. If the rapist was the actor that plays Thor, I wouldn't fight too hard. I really wouldn't fight too hard. I'd sort of lay back and say, oh, I just fainted. I was knocked out.
No, don't.
You're a big
Please.
gamer.
He likes Thor and Jason Statham. Or his two.
Jason Statham, I'd fall down and say, oh, my God, don't do anything that, yeah, now. Like, the old joke, don't. Stop. Don't. Stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. That would be me with Jason. Oh, I would say, yeah. What are you
So one more time, we want everybody to listen up. If you find the topic intriguing, and we hope you do, go Google no-knock warrants, Google Shay Calvo. Just read about it because I was really impressed, and I couldn't believe that this is something that's actually going on in America today. And
there's a lot going on in America.
I know, and I'm sure that American High is going to come up with their next song will be some other social injustice because they just seem to do that a lot, and it's very cool to bring awareness to things that people don't know about. And
yeah, well, how about
very...
this one? The Nazi Party is on the rise. There are more Nazis in America now than 10 years ago. And they said 10 years from now it will double. So how do you like them apples? The Nazi Party, Hitler's people, those bastards.
Gotcha. We'll think on it, but watch out for our next two singles that are coming out here in another 2 weeks. They're similarly songs with important themes. Let's put it that way.
There we go. Songs with gotta love it.
Who was it years ago that sang political songs?
Lots of people.
It was good at somebody else did it. They sang
Bob Dylan.
No, I'm going back before.
I love Working Man
I'm
Blues.
going back around.
Oh, you're talking about Woody Guthrie.
The Second World War, when they used to sing all songs that "Wake Up America," all these wonderful.
This land is made for you and me. That's all.
This land is your land.
Even before then, they were inspirational songs that made people sing about what they should do, and maybe that's what you should do. Have a sing along. Sing along about stopping this nonsense, stopping this horrific crap from happening.
We can all sing Shay Calvo. Shay Calvo.
No, you don't sing.
No.
No, we could live without Jimmy. We could live without Jimmy singing. You just hum, honey. Hum.
Okay, I can just hum. Anyway, because we got to go. So everybody, please follow American High.
Doug, until the next time you're on, terrific. I love you.
Thank you,
Feed
sir.
those people. God's watching.
All the best to your wife and your daughter, and Bella the dog.
Yes.
You should see his dog; is adorable.
Yes.
And all the
Thank
best,
you so much.
and we'll have you back soon. Thank
And
you
you guys too. Thank you
You're
so
a
much.
wonderful-
I really
you're a-
appreciate it.
You're a wonderful man.
Bye,
My
Doug.
respect.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Keep up the good work, Doug.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Gotta love it.
Hey, take it
This is
easy.
sweetie.
Bye.
Now, this is a wonderful human being.
So everybody, also then, we want to do a couple quick commercials. You can hear us every week on on W4CY Radio with the fabulous Chad Murphy.
Baby.
We're on Hamilton.
I did it.
Hamilton. I know. I thought that was. I was like, that didn't sound like
I
Chad.
figured
Stereo.
I'd beat Chad to it. Yeah.
We're on Hamilton Radio in New Jersey, K4HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis. You can hear us on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Boom, Apple TV, Spreaker, Podbean, Podomatic, and on TV we're on Vimeo, Roku, and YouTube. Gotta love
We're
it.
certainly in a lot of places.
We sure are in a lot of places. Also, you guys,
Is there anything left that we're not on?
if you leave, I don't think so. Well, not all the platforms. I think we got all those covered.
If you have a
I know
platform, we'll be on it.
Donald Trump runs home from the White House to see our show.
You should.
He did. I heard he was roller skating one day to get home quicker to see our show because he didn't want to
Roller
miss it.
skating.
Also, then, you guys, if you're in LA tomorrow, Ron and I and Garrick Lee, along with a whole bunch of other people, I know that Caroline Williams is going to be there, and
Is
Chad
Sadie
Coleman.
gonna be there?
I think Sadie's going to be there. Naomi
Sadie
Grossman.
Katz is
Remember
gonna be
Naomi
there.
Grossman from our show?
I love
She's going to
her.
be there.
All the great.
Michelle Nichols, who was Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek, is going to be there.
Wow.
We are going to the pre-Comic-Con bash.
Tits for days, everybody. Broads all have great tits.
It's going to be writers, directors, celebrity guests, producers, animators, voice actors, specialists, and you can go to infolist.com to get tickets. They have a place to put in a discount code. If you put in info list VIP number 10, you'll get $10 off the tickets. It takes them from $35 to $25. It's a red carpet event. It's at Ulm at Hollywood and Highland, 6801 Hollywood Boulevard, 4th level, number 433 in Los Angeles. And this is a guest list only event, so if you don't get the tickets and reserve your space ahead of time, you are not allowed to go. But it's going to be tons and tons of famous people there, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so we hope you join us. And as we're going down the red carpet at the pre-Comic-Con event.
All you straight guys, eat your hearts out when you see me with my harem of beauties. All these gorgeous girls surrounding me with these low-cut tops, and they're smacking me in the face with their ninnies. It's wonderful. I love it. All the guys look at me and they say, "How come you fags can get that? Those girls love you." I said, "Well, make believe you're gay."
That's
Walk around in high heels, and if they smack you with their ninnies, just don't do anything else because they'll break it.
So you
Just snap it
can
off.
follow at InfoList on Twitter, and you can go to infolist.com, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And actually, I think a lot of people are going to be there. A lot of those people that we met at the Tom Proctor
Oh, I just hope
thing
that
are gonna be
I'm
there.
just happy with Caroline, Sadie, and the rest of the girls. I mean, I love Sadie and I love Caroline. They're the best.
yes, they're all going to be there.
I'm all my harem, John Russell's harem will be there.
He has his own harem. Isn't
I
that
do,
fun?
I do, and they all love me. They all hug me. They kiss me. They say, "You're so cute. You're so cute." And I say, "Yeah, I am. Oh, I love it."
You gotta love it.
Oh, if I was straight, boy, would I be in heaven?
You'd be racking up too. Also, you guys, Chad, we went
Probably.
and saw Ocean's 8 the other day. So
I
let me
knows
tell
that.
everybody. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's this thing called Movie Pass, and I didn't know about it because I had never heard of it before.
Don't plug it. They're not giving us anything.
That's
on
okay.
it. Then why are you
People-
going to plug it?
It's for our
We-
readers when we recommend movies so they can go to the movie cheap.
Yeah, but
That's
we
why.
should tell the movie theater that we're plugging them. Like,
It's not the
this is
theater,
free
it's the
publicity.
company. Doesn't make any difference.
Well, they wouldn't give you free anything.
You guys Google Movie Pass. If there's theaters that accept Movie Pass in your area, you can buy. It's $10 a month, and you go online and reserve your ticket from the app off your phone, and you can movie a day for the whole month, so you can see 30 movies a month for $10 a month.
That's
Be
good.
sure
And
to
nobody
bring-
knows about
right,
it.
Be sure and bring proof of who you are, driver's license. Otherwise, you can't go in.
Yeah, you got to have your proof to show what you did. But we
Now,
went and saw Ocean's 8.
About the film. Here we go. Everybody today is shooting fillers in their cheekbones and Botox around their face. They all look like, remember the old dolls you had when you were little, the big fat faces and the big cheekbones? They all look alike. Every actress has ruined their beauty. If you look at them when you see this film, they all look like Barbie dolls stamped one out of another. They all have the big cheekbones, the Botox, and the lips pumped
I thought
up.
they looked great, though.
They look like crap.
Anyway, we
They don't
disagree
look-
on
I
that
mean,
one.
No, because you don't remember anything. You have a very bad memory what people look like. I found that to be. I know what's her name looks like. She was a
It's Sandra Bullock.
beautiful girl.
Rihanna.
Wait a minute. Sandra Bullock didn't need anything. She's always a beautiful girl, natural,
I
sweet
agree.
face. Now she looks like a marionette.
Oh,
She
Who's the
no.
other girl in there with the red hair?
Oh, what's her name? I love her. She's some actress.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate
Blanchett.
Kate looks like the other one. They all look like sisters, like they're related. When you go to the film, pay attention. The only one that is outstanding who played Betsy Johnson. What was her name? I love her. That with the crazy name. Oh,
In the film.
the one that with the crazy clothes, the gowns and stuff. What's her name? She has a long, weird name.
Oh, you're talking about the one from
Love her.
the one what's her name?
She's a great.
Oh, you guys,
actress.
what's the name of the girl from like The Devil Wears Prada? That girl, right?
No,
Anne?
Oh, I don't know.
No, the crazy one with the big eyes and the curly hair. She's always.
Who was she in the film? Oh, I know.
She was Betsy Johnson.
No, she wasn't Betsy Johnson. She's the one who was in Harry Potter
Yeah, and she was also
and Chocolat.
and she was also in the
She's
other,
married to Tim Burton.
right, and she was also in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
I love her.
Queen.
Love her. What a
Queen of
great
Hearts.
actress. Well, she's the only one that has the same face, and it was so nice to see her because I recognized her.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes,
Helena Bonham Carter.
Well, she, no matter what that woman does, she's not better than Meryl Streep. No matter what that woman does, she is phenomenal. For me, she stole the movie because she's a Betsy Johnson character, way out, crazy dresser in the fashion world,
She
who's
plays a fashion designer.
who's
yeah.
in on this heist. It's an interesting film. The beginning is a little slow and boring, but it's establishing. Once it gets rolling, you'll find it very, very fun. Now, for you ladies and gay guys out there, the gowns are spectacular. I know the room they shot it in. It's in the museum in New York City. And they built that room with the big crystal ceiling, and they do weddings there and stuff, and it's a magnificent room.
At the Met. It takes place at the Met.
At the Metropolitan Museum on Fifth Avenue in New York, 70-something Street, 76th, I think, in New York City. Anyway, it's colorful. The gowns are beautiful. The jewelry is beautiful. The hairdos are beautiful. So it's a very visual film at the end.
And there's cameos by everybody.
And everybody's in it. And I enjoyed it. It's not an intelligent film. I mean, you could figure it out. It's, Ocean's 11 done with women. But the funny part was that what's-her-name's brother was George Clooney in the film.
Yes.
I thought that
Well,
was...
that's because he's in the original.
I know, but I thought that was humorous. Actually, Frank Sinatra was in the original.
Oh, well, yeah, he's in the remake ones. That's right, because I
Right,
never saw
but
that.
go see it. I enjoyed it. It was good. Tonight we're
And
going...
get your movie pass, you guys, and go see movies. 30 movies for $10
Stop
a month.
plugging it. They're not giving you anything.
I don't care.
Stop it.
I know,
We
but-
don't care. We need a sponsor.
I know, but like,
Call
don't,
them up and tell them you'll
don't
talk-
you think that all the people listening who don't know what that is, the 4
Well,
million
you
people would
told
like
them
to save
already.
money.
Don't make it into a
That's okay.
60-minute commercial.
It's okay.
No, they're not paying
Tonight
us.
we're going to see something too. We're going to go see Ant-Man.
No, we're going to see Erasmus Park.
Jurassic Park.
No, Erasmus.
Your
No,
ass,
let's go see
man,
Ant-Man and Wasp Girl instead, or whatever it's
Can I
called.
sleep through it like I always do?
No, you're not going to sleep through it. It's going to be good. You like the guy who's in it,
Who?
Paul Rudd.
What's that?
And I love the girl.
little teeny guy?
Yeah.
I don't like him. I like Thor.
He likes Thor. All right, we got to call our next guest. Does she look like she's online, Chad?
One computer says it is, and the other computer I can't tell. Hold on a second.
Well, let's play a video
Yeah, she
while we're
looks
getting
good.
her. How's that?
She looks good. Yep.
All right, so let's play Firebug Follower, you guys. This is the new single and video by Firebug, and they're a cool rock band from California. And while we're playing the single, we're going to get Silvia Olari on the line.
Cool.
So much for free will. Oh, so much soul up on the hill. I've got no more cause to fight. I got no more life. I'm a follower. I'm a follower boy.
All right, Jimbo, there you go, Firebug.
All right, everybody. So that was Firebug. That single's available everywhere. And now, just say something. Let's make sure we can hear you, and then we're going to introduce you.
Hello. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Good. There you go. Perfect. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented Italian chanteuse, pop star, R&B star Silvia Olari. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Let's say hi to everybody. Let me introduce you around. First off, this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Non è mio nome. Mio nome davvero è Rolando Rocco Sassarigo. Ma qui in America la gente non può what's the word I'm looking for? Pronounce it. How do you say pronounce?
Yeah.
Bene.
So then we've got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hello, Silvia. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Thank you.
You can't see him. You can only hear him. And we have a chat room with people all around the country in the chat room. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Okay.
Say hi to everybody in the chat room. There you go.
Hi.
And then there's somebody named Marco who I think likes you a lot because he's in the chat room too. So say hi to Marco.
Hi, Marco.
Sai chi è questo Marco?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay.
Non si sa chi è Marco.
That's okay. Oh, they all saying that they love your accent. So I think that you're the first time we've had a guest from Italy, actually in Italy, calling us. We've had, I don't think we've had that before. So welcome to the show, and you're a great, great singer. And so Ron doesn't know how we know you exactly. Do you remember Bjorn, Ron, when we were in Florida, Bjorn Johansson? And we met him because he produced BNGB.
Yes.
Well, he is the producer of her new album.
Well, you're lucky. You got a good one. Louis
and she's like an Italian. You were discovered on a reality show, right? In Italy, you were on like a contest show, and then you kind of got discovered back in 2009, 2007, 2007.
2009.
Okay, 2009, a nationwide talent show, Amici. And then you released 2 albums, and the first one got a silver record from the Federation of the Italian Music Industry.
Wow.
And now you're on the Spectrum Music Group.
Fatto bene.
And you're gorgeous, by the way. You're very, very pretty. Like, I think you're actually prettier in real life. Like, looking at you here, like, you look absolutely beautiful.
Sì, è bella. È una italiana. Tutti italiani sono bellissimi. Gente più bella. Sì, nessuno in questo mondo è più bello di italiani.
See? Which, actually, you want to give a shout
I said, no one in the world is as beautiful as the Italian people. Anche io sono italiano. Mio padre è venuto di Genova e mia nonna è venuta di Verona.
Actually, everybody now in the chat room is saying ciao. I think that's ciao.
Ciao. Ciao means
Yeah,
hello.
ciao.
Okay, everybody.
Hello or goodbye.
Okay,
Depends.
they're all saying ciao in the chat room. So have you always wanted to be a singer?
Oh no, I just began just I was a child, so I started studying piano and singing. So and I never stopped basically. So when I was 19, I took part in this talent show in Italy, Amici, as you told before, and then my professional career started. But I've always had a lot of passion for music, and I think this is the secret, So the
Absolutely.
things that makes different.
You sound just like Sophia Loren.
Oh,
When you
you're
talk,
too kind with me.
no, you have the same voice and the same pronunciation in English.
He knows her. He
know.
did a movie with
I made
her.
a movie with Sophia many years ago,
Wow.
and she came to this country with very little English. And she was so happy to meet me on the set because I spoke half-assed Italian. And she enjoyed me so much. And you sound just like Sophia.
You gotta love it. So let me ask you, being in Italy, because I have been to Italy several times, but not in many years. Do you guys listen to a lot of popular American music in Italy? Like, do you have people that are popular here in America, like Beyonce or somebody like that you think,
Yeah.
oh my God, those
yeah.
are people. So who are the
We
American?
have.
Who are the ones that you like a lot? Like, what are some American singers that you like a lot?
Well, I've always been inspired by Alicia Keys.
Okay, that's a good one.
Beyonce, as you told, she's one of my favorites, and also Ray Charles. So one of my best cover songs, is George on My Mind. So
Yeah, very good.
I used to perform with it when I was in a talent show, and yeah, I used to listen to a lot of international music. So that's probably my feature as a soul R&B singer.
Now, do you sing in English or Italian?
Both,
Oh.
but mainly in English because I like English language, and I also in 2015 I also went to London where I've been living for almost 2 years.
Okay.
And I was singing a lot, gigs, private events, clubs, everything. So it's been a real important experience for me.
So that's where you're learning your English is in England.
Yeah.
Si impararti a parlare inglese a Londra.
Actually,
See, I got it. I said it.
B in the chat room, we have a old lady we love to death. Her name is B Claudie, and she told me B is short for Sabine. Her name's Sabine, and so B is short.
I like Claudia.
And she wrote Bueno Sera, Buonasera.
Buonasera.
What's that mean?
Buonasera, yeah.
Yeah, it means
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, and then
buonasera.
she wrote Posso capire tutto bene.
What?
POSSOCAPIRE
Che cosa bene?
tutto bene.
Capire.
Oh,
Yeah.
tutto bene. Che cosa è tutto bene?
Tutto bene, is everything all
But-
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but che cosa dice
bene.
quello là? Che
Oh,
cosa?
they all love you.
Claudia, che cosa è bene? What thing is good?
Okay. They all love you.
She
They all
just said
love you.
it's good. She didn't say what was good.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So now you've released your first English language album. That's all English, right?
Yes.
The name of the
Yes,
album is
yes.
"There's Something About You," and "There's Something About You." It hit #2 on the Italian iTunes R&B chart. You released 2 previous singles, "Lost in Yourself" and "Pure Joy," and now you have a new one, "There's Something About You."
Yeah,
And
that's right.
And it is on. Is that the song that's on the soundtrack?
Yes, the Something About You is the title track.
And is that the song though that is also on the soundtrack for Hurricane Bianca?
No, that's Pure Joy.
Oh, Pure Joy. Okay, so her single "Pure Joy" is on Hurricane Bianca 2, Jason Finney's movie that we had him on 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Jason's our friend.
Yeah, we had a bunch of the cast from that movie have been
Yeah.
on our show. We haven't seen the movie yet, but her song is in there, and now she's got this new song. "There's Something About You," and we're gonna play it for everybody so they get to actually hear what she sounds like. So that way, when we come back, we'll talk to her more. They'll know what she sounds like.
Ma io voglio essere, non si usa essere più.
Huh?
Quelle parole non si usano. Isu o essa.
Nobody else knows what you're talking
Tanti
about.
anni fa
Almost.
se usa la essa è uso. Him and her.
B. Claudia says she
Esso,
understands
essa, I
everything.
think.
Yeah, non si usano più.
No,
mia
it's lui,
cugina-
lei.
Lui è mia
Lui,
cugina.
lei.
Nobody else knows you. B. Claudia knows what you're talking
Well,
about,
yeah.
and you two, and
We're
that's it.
talking-
Mia,
We're
Mia-
talking about Italian grammar.
yeah, my cousin Lelia always said, non si usano più issa e esso. Non si, you usano più.
So, Chad, do you have the
Perché
video I
io-
sent you?
Quando io
That I
parlo
do,
italiano,
Jimmy.
è
Okay, so
poco genovese.
it's There's Something About You, right, Chad?
It
E
is.
nessuno in
All right.
Italia poi capisce genovese perché è un dialetto così difficile.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway,
Saves.
so this is what I want you to do, Silvia. We're gonna play There's Something About You. I pulled the video off of YouTube so people they can look at you. So what I want you to do is you just introduce your song, and then you hang on. We're gonna play it for everybody.
Okay. So now's the turn of my new single from the title track, There's Something About You.
Yay!
Bene, bene, bene.
It has always been there, you and me. Two people in love, chemistry. What a gift we've been given. This life we are living together right now. There's something about you. It's there in your eyes. There's something about you, babe. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. There's something about you that I can't explain. There's something about you, baby, that I can't explain. It has always been there, you and me. Two people in love, chemistry. What a gift we've been given. This life we are living together right now. There's something about you, matching my state of mind. There's something about you, babe, that calms my mind. A hard thing to find. There's something about you, baby. Larger than life is the thing that you are. There's something about you, baby. It's true. It has always been there, you and me. Two people in love, chemistry. What a gift we've been given. This life we are living together right now. Who loves like us, baby? Tell me. Who makes love like us? Show me. Falling asleep next to you every night is like heaven to me. Heaven to me. It has always been there, you and me. Two people in love, chemistry. What a gift we've been given. This life we are living together right now. It's like heaven to me. Heaven. Together right now. Together right now.
There you go, Jimbo. Outstanding. Woo!
Uh-oh, what happened, Chad?
Oh, sorry about that. There's like a little roll afterwards. I didn't see that one.
Now, everyone's going to think because she's Italian, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but it's not true.
What?
It's amazing. She sounds like a black sister.
Whoa.
I mean,
amazing.
you'd never believe that this is an Italian girl with an Italian accent. When she sings, she sounds like a black sister.
She just has a great voice.
This song is terrific. You have a beautiful voice.
No doubt.
And here,
Thank you.
the ultimate honor I can give you is if I tell Jimmy to put it in my car, because I don't want anything in my car I don't like. When I hit the button, I want every song there for somebody I know and I like. This song is going in my car. You're going to be a hit. This song is a beautiful song. No, La Verità. Okay, questa è la verità. I just said this is the truth. This is the truth. Not because she's Italian and I'm partial, or because she's beautiful. None of those reasons.
At all.
È solo perché puoi cantare così bellissima. She can sing so beautifully.
I agree.
C'ha una bella voce. She has a beautiful voice.
So everybody, the name of the album is There's Something About You. That was the title track. She has 2 other singles off the album that have been released. One called Lost in Yourself. The other one called Pure Joy. That's on the Hurricane Bianca 2 From Russia with Hate soundtrack.
Do I have her album?
No.
Oh, where do we get it?
I'll send Bjorn a thing and ask him to send me the whole album.
I want the whole album.
Goodness.
Come si dice album in italiano?
Album.
Album come in inglese. Proprio come in
Yeah.
inglese. Bene, bene, bene.
So
I've
do
got it here. If you want, I can show you.
yeah, show it to us.
Sì,
Yeah.
Show it to
Wait,
us.
Wait,
Lasci-
wait, wait.
sì.
Live TV, everybody. How much fun.
Voglio
Whoa.
vederlo.
Okay.
Oh, ma
Yay!
come bella.
That's
Guarda
good.
come...
That's the
Out
album.
by Silvia
How
Olari.
beautiful she is. Oh, I love Italian people.
Looks good.
And listen
I
to you
love
guys.
it. I'm so
Listen up.
Guarda che cosa c'ha qui. Come uno caffono. Proprio come uno caffono. Io c'ho il corno. Tutti sì, tutti gli americani qui, napolitani, siciliani, tutti usano un corno, un cornuto.
Yes, I know. It brings luck.
It keeps the malocchio.
Yes.
You
Keep
gotta like-
luck your way.
That's right.
So you guys listen up. We want you guys to get her album. You can follow her on Twitter. She's at Silvia Olari, SilviaOlari. So are you pretty well known in Italy? Do they play your songs on the radio? They do, right, in Italy?
Yeah. Even because
they
keep
should.
us in this talent show, so yeah, it's a good help. Even if it's been almost 10 years ago, it was 2009. So, but it was one of the most important experience of my life. So it's
Absolutely.
very important.
Quanti anni hai? Vuoi dire?
I'm near 30 years old.
No.
Yes.
Vattene, non è vero. Non è vero.
I'll be 30 on Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Pare
Thank
21.
you.
Mi pare 21.
17th of July.
You know what, too? I would never guess that. Like, if we were just sitting, I would think I'd be sitting.
21 anni.
I think if I saw you and I was straight and I was a straight man and I saw you in a nightclub, I would be like, I wonder if she's old enough to be here, like,
Right.
because you don't even look like you're 21. Like, you look very young.
Very young, very young.
That's a good thing.
They used to tell me the same, yeah.
How old do
But
you
I'm
have?
feeling young anyway. I'm feeling less than 30 anyway.
And you look much less than
Sei
30.
sposata?
No,
No.
No.
C'ha un fidanzato?
no, I'm single.
Oh, good. So all of you people out there, I should say it in English. She's not married and she's single. And she's not engaged. So guys, fall in love.
How in Italy? How old do you have to be able to go out to like a nightclub?
No age.
18.
Sorry, once again.
How old do you have to be to go to a nightclub where they serve drinks? Like,
No age. Any age.
Oh, really?
18.
18.
They
I think-
changed it?
yeah.
No. When I was there, you could any age because I took my daughter with me and she was 16,
Uh-huh.
and we went to La Corve Nord-Est.
They probably thought you were
Santa
dating her,
Santa
though.
Margarita. Così è
Uh-huh.
stata
But
Santa
they can't
Margherita
say-
per un anno.
They can't sell alcohol to under 18 years old.
Okay,
So-
so can't have alcohol under 18.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They changed that years ago. Drinking in Italy was never considered drinking. You could drink wine in a restaurant at 16 and 15. I used to. I mean,
Maybe
I
just
I was 17 anni quando io stato a Santa Margherita per un anno. I would go places and drink at 16.
You gotta
But
love it.
maybe into the restaurants, but in the clubs, I
That
think
was
it's different.
that was
Or
1950.
disco clubs.
He's talking about like in the 1950s.
This was 1956.
I mean, he's talking a long time.
Oh.
He's older, a little bit
Long
older.
time.
Yeah, 1956. There was no law. You could drink at
Yeah.
any age in Italy.
I like it. So what? Who are
Are
some
you
of
kidding? Wait, girls were getting married at 16.
who are some of the male singers? Like because you like why did you choose R&B first of all? Because you kind of like you have a very R&B vibe out of all the different genres. Like why did you choose R&B?
Because she sings it the best.
Because when I was a child, I started with Italian music, yeah, studying and stuff. And after a while, I abandoned my classical piano studying, and I started with the poppy stuff. Yeah, so I tried to put together the piano and voice. And as soon as I started to do this, I don't know, it was a natural thing, you know. So I started with the Alicia Keys, with this kind of genre, but I didn't know to be particularly good in this. So I just discovered it, and that's it.
Okay.
So,
you
but I
sing
really
any-
loved it because they got lots of colors into the voice, you know. It's
Dici in
different.
italiano.
Yeah.
Dimmi in italiano.
In
Ecco.
Italian.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
it's
do-
even more difficult to.
Okay. Blue.
But now
Um,
I started with English, so it's hard to switch.
Okay.
Do you play the so you play
senti,
the
wait,
piano? Wait.
Aspetta. Sentimi. What old Italian song is your favorite? Mine is Tu sei romantica, più bella dell'anima. Remember that? Can you sing the old song?
The whole
Volare,
no.
volare.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Volare, oh, cantare, oh.
Bella,
Everybody knows it.
bellissima. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the old Italian. When I was in Italy, I was 16. The song was Tu sei romantica, and
Yes.
everybody was dancing in the promenade to say it was beautiful Italy back in 1956. It was a different Italy than today. Today, Italy is too American, too much McDonald's, too much American
Ah.
influence. Back
Yeah.
40 years ago, it was all Italian. Tutte cose erano italiane. Now adesso è uno strambolo di
Do you eat
cose.
at McDonald's?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, when
She's thin.
Wait, when
I
McDonald's.
like.
Me
when-
too. I like to. He
when-
doesn't like it.
Wait, when McDonald's first came to Piazza di Ferrare in Genova, I
Mhm.
took my cousin, and she said, "Ma io non mangio quella porcaria. Che cos'è questa? What, una pomodoro? Dove mette la pomodoro?" She said, "The tomato." My cousin said, "I wouldn't eat this crap if you paid me." They thought that the hamburger was the most disgusting thing. And then when they put the tomato on the top raw, my cousin flipped out. She said, "What are they doing with the tomato?"
I love. I like. He doesn't eat fast food, but I
No.
love fast food.
No,
So
no, we were never allowed. Italian people eat tutto della giardina. We eat from the garden, tutta fresca.
actually, Chad, I think she
Not
looks
anymore.
like she froze. Chad,
Yeah.
hit the video button off and then hit it back. Oh well, I didn't mean for you to hang up.
Not that button.
Call her back. Live television, everybody. We hope you're enjoying Silvia Olari from Italy.
She's delicious and delightful.
The name of her album is "There's Something About
Yeah.
You."
We lost
There we
you.
go.
are.
Hit the video
Okay.
button again. The name of her album is "There's Something About You."
Yeah.
You can follow her on Twitter at Silvia Olari. There you go. You're back. Yay!
Yeah, sorry.
And Sylvia, we're going to play your music a lot here so people get to know you in this country. Because we have so many people that sing in our country from other countries, but no Italians. I mean, who do we have? Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, but they were American Italians, Italo-Americani. But you're proprio una Italiana in Italia. So we're going to push you so that people know that the Italians can sing beautifully.
Yes, I am Italian.
So
Tutto italiano.
if you were gonna do a duet with an American popular singer, who would you pick?
American one.
Oh, you can give me an Italian one too, but I probably won't know who they are.
I was thinking about Robbie Williams, but
I love Robbie Williams. I love Robbie Williams. He doesn't know who that is, but I love Robbie Williams. Actually,
one of my favorites.
I'm a big boy band fan, and so like I love Take That. And since he was in Take, I know all the boy band people.
He's a boy band?
He was in a boy band, and then he went solo and he was a superstar in a boy band, and as a solo artist, he's like one of the biggest ones in England. He's huge. Have you gotten to do a lot of cool events with other celebrities then? Like, have you gotten to meet a lot of these people?
Slow.
You mean as a duet?
No, like do you get
slow.
do you get to go to like award shows like in Italy? Have you ever met any of the American superstars at award shows or anything in Italy?
Conosciuto questi genti. Have you ever met?
No, just sometimes, I had the chance to meet, but not American.
Okay, not
American.
Not yet.
Lei mai stato qui in America?
No, I wish.
Vieni,
I would like to come.
Vieni a California, io fa una pasta.
Okay.
Io cucino una pasta per tutti.
Okay.
Una pasta genovese.
I'm gonna come.
Ok, bene. Una pasta pesto. Ti piace pesto?
Pasta pesto, yes, pesto alla genovese.
Proprio come io, genovese. Sono stata a Santa Margherita per un anno. A Santa Margherita. E dopo andato a dove, come si chiama? Più alto di Santa Margherita è...
You gotta speak in English because nobody knows what you're talking about.
Above Santa Margherita is the famous port, Portofino.
Portofino is very nice.
Bello. How beautiful Portofino is. I love Portofino. I used to go there for lunch because from Santa Margherita I drive up to Portofino and I'd eat una pranza right in that little cafe on the water. Oh, che bello.
So everybody listen, if you want to know what's going on with Silvia Olari, her website is silviaolari.it. I guess that's for Italy, right? silviaolari.it.
It's .com now.
Oh, you got to change that on your Twitter then. Change that on your Twitter.
Because I changed, I think maybe on Skype, but not.
Change it on Twitter. So it's silviaolari.com, you guys.
Yeah, because the English website, so you can find all the news and the informations.
Yeah, there you go. So it's silviaolari.com, you guys. You can follow her on Twitter at Silvia Olari. You want to get her new album, There's Something About You, put out through the Spectrum Music Group. What else was I going to say? I don't know. So now what else you want to talk? We got 5 more minutes. We can talk about anything you want.
Sei così carina. I said, she is this so lovely and so sweet and so carina in Italian is a beautiful compliment. Quando say carina. It means cuddly, carina, sweet, soft. And look at her, carina.
Thank you.
So what about actors and do you like to watch movies?
Yes, not too much. I'm not an expert, to be honest. But yes, sometimes I used to watch, films.
What's your favorite movie? Do you have a movie that's your favorite?
I remember about one, Titanic, one of the most ever. And also The Best Offer, I don't know if you know it, but it's filmed by Giuseppe Tornatore. It's an Italian filmmaker, So that's really, really, really good film.
Okay.
But, some, Titanic and some others, so are.
How about Sofia Loren that we spoke about her before? Are you a fan of Sofia's? Now una donna così vecchia, ma quando era giovane era così bella. Ancora bella, una bella vecchia.
You have to say English, though, because people have to know what you're talking about.
People in Italian are listening to this too.
I know, but there's 4 million Americans. So.
I know, and there's 4 million Italians that don't know what we're talking about. So I do a little bit. It's
but still tell people what you asked her.
Something meant to
He forgot. Oh,
yes,
about
Sophia
Sophia
Loren.
Loren.
But
Say
he told me that she's not so young anymore, but she's really
so beautiful.
nice woman and
Yes.
extraordinary actress. So she's
Yes.
not number one in Italy.
She still is number one in Italy.
Yes.
È
Yeah.
ancora la prima donna.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, I like her. Io ho fatto conoscere lei, Essa, and no, Essa is wrong. I knew her from the movie, and era molto carina, molto simpatica. Una
Yeah.
donna così simpatica. Adesso, now, più elegante, più...
Yeah.
Quando era uno Napolitan from Pozzuolo, Napoli, ha mangiato una pizza così. Era più...
They want to know where you learned to speak Italian.
What? I never knew I
She
spoke.
likes to speak Italian.
I never knew I understood it or spoke it. My mother was a movie actress and my father was a set designer, so they were always busy working. My grandmother, mia nonna, cresciuta, which raised me, and she only spoke Italian, but I never knew it. I never knew my grandmother spoke Italian, truthfully. So last year or 2 years ago, somebody asked me that, and I said, I don't know. I don't know if my grandmother spoke English or Italian to me, but I'm sure it was Italian. I thought it was English.
He never speaks Italian, so he's doing really good talking because we don't speak Italian.
There's no one here that I speak Italian to. But if I go to Italy, like I explained before, in 3 weeks, I'm fluent and I go fast. I can talk a mile a minute. It's difficult.
In the chat room, they're saying they love hearing you speak Italian, even though they have no idea what you're saying.
Senti questo. È difficile parlare italiano perché la lingua deve andare così quando ti parli italiano, ma quando ti parli inglese è così. Ta 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 ta. No, è vero?
Yes.
Inglese è tutto da, di, da, do. Italiano è un poco come francese. No? Anyway, I'm saying that when you speak English, the sound is like German. Ta, 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 ta. But when you speak Italian, it rolls. That's why they call it the language of romance, because you say, guardare qualche cosa bella. Questa signorina è così bella. And if you say in English, it's, look at this beautiful girl. Isn't she lovely? I mean, it doesn't
So, Silvia, in Italian, say you're very handsome and you have beautiful eyes.
Should I say it in Italian?
Yeah, say it in Italian.
Sei bello. Ciao, che così.
Io sono molto... tu sei molto bella e degli occhi bellissimi.
Sì.
Thank you.
È la verità. Ha detto la verità.
I was starting saying me.
Yeah. No, lei.
Can you please translate? So I was translating, but on me, not on you. Then I
Then you did it correctly.
On you, and you say thank you.
Che cosa ti piace mangiare più di tutto?
I like pasta.
Anche io.
Pasta, pomodoro, tomato, pasta with tomatoes.
That's mine too. I love it.
Not
I can
me.
eat pasta asciutta. Pasta asciutta. A Genovese è la più bella di tutto. Io sono stato a Genova per un anno e ho mangiato tutta la mangiare genovese, ma non la pesce. No, la pesce.
Il pesce.
So here's what, everybody. Listen up, you guys. Follow Silvia Olari on Twitter at Silvia Olari, SilviaOlari. Check out SilviaOlari.com. Get her new album, There's Something About You, put out through the Spectrum Music Group. We're going to bring her back in a couple of months when she has a new single. And everybody, please support indie music. She needs it, and we want to break her here in America. And Silvia, we want to thank you for coming on. You're beautiful, and we had a wonderful time.
Thank you, guys.
Quando vieni qui a Palm Springs, vieni a casa noi, a casa noi, io ti faccio una bella mangiare per tutti.
We'd love to have
Pasta asciutta.
Okay.
Pasta asciutta.
Bye. Thank
Ciao,
you.
bella.
Bye-bye.
Buona
Thank you very much.
fortuna.
See you soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
Buona fortuna, cara.
Hey, everybody, we hope you enjoyed the show today. We want to thank Doug Terry from American High and Silvia Olari for coming on the show. Chat room, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. And Chad, you're a rock star. Thank you for all you do.
Chad's a rock star. No, he's a Western singer.
Bye, everybody. See you
Chad's
next week.
a nasal twanging, shit-kicking singer. I love it. He's a cowboy.
Crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress you right. You'll feel like a star. We'll hook you up. Now you look sexy. Your game is tight. Gonna get laid tonight. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star.
One day I was walking down the street. My mate come up to me and said, "Hey mate, wanna go to a party?"